So what's up, nigga? Blood all day, nigga. Gang, gang, nigga. What's up, nigga?
Now, folks, y'all see that? Y'all see that? Where did he get that from, folks? Come on now. Now, I'm going to show you the rest of the clip in a minute, but I got to say a few things. Y'all know me. I have to. Come on. I have to. Where did this kid get this from? What made him think he can do that? See, most of the time, these people like him, they don't even know why they mock people. They have no clue most of the time. We know he don't hang around the people he mocking. He think using the N-word is comedy. If we mocked his culture in a negative light, it wouldn't slide. But you know he got this from watching rappers in the media. Hip-hop started as a voice of the unheard. But look where it's at right now, folks. Look where it's at. There is a reason there isn't a hip-hop song at the top of the charts. Because for so long, it was controlled by people who never cared about it. Only the profit and the power of controlling images. See, the culture controllers have squeezed every drop of value out of it. Now it no longer benefits them, so they toss it aside. Just like how powerful countries treat dictators. Once their usefulness runs out, they gotta go. But even years after Nas stated hip-hop was dead, they still continued selling stereotypes to the world to push to the forefront of our community. And he believes what he did just now is black culture. That's what he believes. They don't show this dark side of the country music and push it to the forefront of white culture. They don't do that. And it's a damn shame that hip hop has become the representation of black culture. And we're more than that.
So what's up, nigga? Blood all day, nigga. Gang, gang, nigga. What's up, nigga? Yo, she repping blood, B. So what's up? What's poppin', nigga? What's good, nigga?
Now, y'all see that? Even his mama got involved. Okay? We know his mama not living that life. We know that for sure. Okay, I'm not going to say something stereotypical about her because I'm going to keep it respectful. They mocking this culture like they're comedians. This is why I always say the comedians should be careful how they do racial jokes, because there's always boneheads out there that think they can be comedians. But the comedians are professionals, unlike these goofballs who think they can turn a word that has been caused so many wounds into a punchline. And the sad part about it is, I know some of y'all think that's funny. I know it. And to a certain point, maybe it is. But they are mocking the culture that the culture controllers push to the forefront to disrespect us. And if we let small disrespect slide, you training the world to ignore your worth. To all my brothers out there, respect yourself loudly, even when the world's telling you to stay quiet. Because most people only know black people through the television screen. Most people.
Because I know if he around a bunch of brothers, he ain't gonna say that. Because one of the brothers gonna clock him upside his head. That's why he hanging with moms. He ain't hanging with no brother.
Okay, but watch this next clip of how this young black man breaks down how the media shape all those images and how people like this Asian man or Asian young man is created. Okay, they like to teach them that that's our culture. Watch how he break it down.
Some people that don't get to speak to black people on a day-to-day basis, so the only reference of who we are may be the depictions being portrayed through media. This is why I don't like baddies, because there's some people that take it as truth. If our black women are being portrayed to only be vital, there's some people that never spoke to black women, and my only perception or preconceived notion of who you are is based on images I saw. So I'm going to approach you based on my preconceived notion. I just used Africa earlier. My only reference of Africa was based on American news outlets. I think Africa is a continent that's poor. But then you get there and you start to see that this narrative wasn't true. But you have to understand the power of images.
That right there is the truth people do not want to face. And I know it's the media, and I know the power of hip hop. It's very powerful. Let me tell you a story. Back in the early 90s, I used to have I was a producer of a rap group. One of our rappers was 19 years old. The other one was 17 years old. They was young, but we did a studio session in LA. It was a LA dude there one of the LA rappers there. He was still kind of underground. I think it was DJ Quick. Don't correct me, but I believe it was DJ Quick because he was a producer and he was working in the studio. So we did our little work in there. Our rappers did their little work with the producer and all that. But when we was driving home in our van, the MPV van, those two young rappers talking about they couldn't believe how that LA rapper was acting in the studio because he was professional. Because they seen videos of him representing gang stuff. So they thought he was going to be in the studio acting a fool, but he was real professional, speaking proper. Those young rappers couldn't believe it on the way home. And that's when I realized how powerful music was. That's the power to me, that they build this false world that feels real enough to act on and gives people courage like that Asian dude to do what he did. Now, he's going to continue on breaking it down, and watch how he break down this movie from Hollywood's history that really caused a lot of damage to black people and gave them reason to justify their violence. Watch how this brother breaks it down.
It was a film by D.W. Griffin called The Birth of a Nation. In The Birth of a Nation, what they did was they portrayed us to be menace to society as black men. But why did they do that? Because if you depicted us to be animals, to be menace to society, they didn't use that depiction to justify the acts of the KKK. So when the KKK came around and was hanging black people, it was more like they helping the civilized beasts. But I had to first get you to see black people in a certain way and get you to see yourself in a certain way to justify the actions of a white man. And so now we starting to see the impact directly of images. And then what's worse is that Birth of a Nation was a film, right? And they depicted as menace to society. And then we created a movie called Menace to Society. Now you see how we have then labeled ourselves a menace to society. Because we once thought to be demeaning to be a menace to society. But we created a film and we labeled ourselves that. You get what I'm saying? Now we're seeing it's being internalized. Because how could you aspire to become what you've never seen? If I only show you as rappers and entertainers, you're going to aspire to be that.
And folks, and there it is. You see how he broke that down? And you guys know me. I've been breaking this down for a long time like that, especially that movie, Birth of a Nation. That was one of the first times we seen the power of Hollywood, a very powerful situation there. They took that movie, painted white men with blackface, then have them in the movie raping white women. And they literally used this as a marketing campaign to help grow the Ku Klux Klan. And even now, they still doing this. Why you think Trump dehumanizing these brown people, dehumanizing black people in Chicago so he can do what they did back in the 1920s? And they do this to justify their oppression, to justify their violence. And y'all out here calling yourselves thugs and gangsters, celebrating labels they gave us. That's not evolution, brothers. That's psychological self-destruction. And it's not an accident. And what do you think of that, Coach?
Yeah, you know, it's too heavy for me
Okay.
to lift.
That hurts his brain, y'all. We're going to get back to sports with this brother. That was the breakdown.
Broke it down to its very last comment.